Welcome, and welcome back to the OK Grognard Show. It is Monday, August 23rd, 2021, 10 a.m. Central in beautiful Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. Well, it's actually 10 minutes plus past 10 a.m. Show's having some problems with Twitch, and I'm trying to get them worked out. In the meantime, I'm recording this to upload to YouTube anyway, so that I have the show in the can. And even though I can't stream it today, them's the breaks. So we'll see when when Twitch gets back to me, if we can get the difficulties authenticating the account figured out and squared away. In the meantime, I just wanted to have a brief show about Gary Con XIV coming up next March. It's a March 24th to 27th, 2022. It's at the Grand Geneva again. Back at the Grand Geneva, I should say, in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. Because it was virtual for the last 2 years, which is a bummer, but better than nothing. And I think everybody weathered it as well as they could. We've lost a few friends in the intervening year and a half so far, going on 2 years by the time Gary Con comes around. And we will miss them, and we'll have missed the opportunity to at least spend one more Gary Con with them. And that is sad, but it is what it is. I know very few people have not lost somebody over this last year and a half, and indeed, with a population tipping toward elderly even, I don't know, with Gary Con, the likelihood that people will pass and that we will be missing people as each Gary Con passes is fairly regular. Well, I won't dwell on that too much more. I do want to have a shorter show today just because it is a recorded show, but there is some news in that my own schedule has been submitted. It's the typical schedule for me, you know. Sunday civilization is back on the menu, boys and girls. 1980 civilization, pre-Sid Meier civilization, Avalon Hill civilization. These are pending reviews, but they are accepted as events. They will be scheduled, though I dare say these times are likely correct. So if you're building around joining one of my events, then by all means save these times for these particular events. Civilization on Sunday at noon. Thursday, 6 p.m. There's going to be a few spots open. 2 spots open, I think, only. If Matt is joining us again. But Kifley, Steve, and I will continue our ongoing Divine Right annual grudge match. Festival? Let's call it a festival. We don't have to call it a grudge match. There are no hard feelings when someone wins or loses. As long as it's, someone who's earned it, which is every year. So we'll have fun with that again. 1979 TSR, Divine Right. It's a hex and shit fantasy war game, and it's a blast. The Dragon's Teeth. That's my first edition Advanced Dungeons and Dragons ongoing fun time for Saturday evening at 7 p.m. There are some spots reserved for the people that I've been gaming with in this way, playing D&D, OD&D originally, and then D&D. Some of them since the very beginning. Well, since Gary Con 2 at least. And we blocked that out for 6 hours. It's a game that can go into the wee hours. It often goes longer than it's scheduled, so be sure you are up for it. First edition AD&D. Hopefully you will have played before, because it is a game that it's important to know what you're doing, right? Not necessarily. I think there's something else I want to pull up here, if I can find it. Just a reminder of the various dates that we need to know. And I'll find that, but obviously the 24th through the 27th of March, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Those are the we'll pop over here to Gary Con on Facebook. Let me check their key dates. Here we go. We'll bring this up right here. Yeah, key dates. September 1st, which is just over a week away, general room booking opens. So if you're planning to try to get a room and haven't set one up somehow already to stay in town at there or elsewhere, I think to get the Gary Con discount or whatever, September 1st. Not until December 31st will physical Gary Con event submissions end. So you have until the end of the year. Obviously, if you get your events in and approved earlier, you can shout from the highest rafters, as I just did, and start letting people know when you're slotting your games so that people can slot theirs around them if they're DMs who also like to play in your games, and vice versa. You know, the earlier you know what other people are planning, the earlier you can start trying to plan your own schedule around it. Badge refunds also at the very end of the year, December 31st. Not until February 5th before Diamond ticket sales open. Platinum ticket sales the 12th, Gold ticket sales the 19th, and Silver ticket sales open on the 26th. Astral ticket sales open on the 26th as well. That is for the virtual end of Gary Con, which is to say there will be a concurrent ethereal Gary Con, virtual Gary Con going on, even as the physical one is, for those who are around the globe and wanting to join into the fun. That is absolutely a possibility. I'll be running physical events this year, taking time off from work. I'm not sure if I'll be able to put in any ethereal events, but I may play in some. We will see. It's going to be a hectic time, even though I live here in Lake Geneva and don't need to get a room. That also means that I won't be living on campus, as it were, which means I can't just roll out, put on some sweats, and walk down to my game tables. I will have to drive over each day, get my stuff out of my car, and drag it into the place. Not that that's a tough thing to do, but it is a little bit more time consuming. I'm also sure that there'll be people that will be coming into town prior to Gary Con and staying around, some or some others staying around post Gary Con by a day or two. It's my intention to take enough time off work so that I can spend time with these coming into town friends prior to and just after Gary Con with some off the books games. If there's things going on and there are openings, I will certainly let people know about them. This is mostly other people's organizations, things that other people are putting together. Um, so you'll have to listen to them for information in that regard. There we go. Let's make that a little bigger. In any event, here we go with this. This is the full schedule. Exhibitor setup is on the 24th. That's the actual 7 a.m. on Thursday till 10 a.m. Central. And that means that 10 a.m. is when the exhibitor hall should be opening up. So a mad rush to get in there. Virtual event submission ends just a few days before the convention actually starts. So all of that is pretty tight, but why not keep it tight since it's quite possible that since there's not a lot of book work to do beyond it, beyond checking it out and approving virtual events, then why not allow them to be scheduled right up until the virtual event starts, right? They'll get more people involved. They'll get more games available to play. They'll get hopefully more options than for players. Hopefully it won't just be a huge pile of 5th edition games, which as popular as that is, and as good a game as that is, if it's the only thing available on a schedule, then you're going to have the same problem you have if there's no 5th edition games on a schedule. In that you'll have a bunch of no, that's not quite right. Well, I said that wrong. There's two problems, right? If you don't have enough games, then you have more players and nowhere to sign up. But if you have far too many games of the same ilk and players gravitate towards some but not to others, then you have a lot of games that wind up getting canceled. If you have players gravitating to games across the spectrum, each game needs 6 players, let's say, 5 or 6 players, and only 1 or 2 sign up for each game. Suddenly, none of the games can happen. That's an extreme scenario, but not impossible. We will see. In any event, just try to definitely try to run games that you feel competent running. Online is probably where we'll see more 5th edition games than elsewise, because I think what we see at the physical convention are a lot more old school games. Plenty of 5th edition, plenty of Pathfinder, absolutely, but still lots of 5th online. So be prepared for that. And hopefully everyone will have games to play in. That's what it's all about. It's just having fun. So there you go. I think that's pretty much covers all of what's going on for Gary Con 14 as far as we know it right now. Please do get your event submitted. Please do talk in the forums and groups about what games you'd like to play, so that if someone's running something, you can find out the slot and make sure you're not scheduling a game you want to run conflicting with that, so you have an opportunity. You still might not get in it, but if you got something going already before the chance to get in, well, you just won't get in at all, right? So check it out. Anyway, Thank you very much, everybody. I'm sorry we couldn't stream this today. It is a recording, and it will have to do. We'll try to get that Twitch thing straightened out before next Monday's show. So there you go. Don't forget, Gary Con 14, March 24th through 27th, 2022 at the Grand Geneva Resort in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. We normally stream Monday at 10 a.m. Central. Those shows stream live on Twitch, and then they're archived on YouTube. In the case of today, we just recorded the show. We'll upload it to YouTube and be ready to go. If you join us for a stream on Twitch, please do follow the channel. Chime in the chat. If you're catching up with this on YouTube, please do also subscribe. Click the little bell so you get notifications when a new episode is uploaded. Feel free to thumbs up on any videos you watch and enjoy. Feel free to leave comments too if you want to join in the discussion. And I thank you, everyone, for checking out the show. This has been the OK Grognard Show from beautiful Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. Bye-bye.